I remember the feel of my first big glove, a birthday gift from my parents. I used that glove 20 years before I could no longer repair it and had to buy a new one. The smell of cut grass, dusty bat bags, chalk, the sounds of a well-thrown ball snapping in a catcher's mitt, of a wooden bat connecting, of kids chanting, "Hey, bada bada." Amid the depressing news of A-Rod's steroids admission, of Barry Bonds' trial, it's easy to get down about the game. But I still love baseball. Sure, I checked the newspaper every morning during the Sosa McGuire home run chase to see where they stood. I'd leaped to my feet and cheered when Barry Bonds hit a walk-off home run into the section next to mine. But baseball doesn't need pinball scores to matter. Afternoons listening to many one-run wins by the Royals pitching staffs of the 1980s were great. I was just as excited watching Clay Buchholz's no-hitter from under the overhang in left. Rob Nyer recently wrote a post entitled "Baseball, Pure? Sacrifice of Sanctimony," to which commentator Bartosh responded, "I would contend the game of baseball is pure. The actual game is simply a set of rules describing the framework in which to play. The human element, as is true with every human endeavor in the history of time, is what contains the impurities. The stage may be larger, the fences different dimensions, the money enormous, and the players stronger and larger, but the purity of the sport and its rules are virtually unchanged for 100 plus years, with the possible exception of the home run instant replay. Humans will never be perfect or pure and may not use common sense or good judgment half the time, etc., etc., but the game itself, the game is beautiful and pure." Bartosh, great comment. I went for a walk in the park in late January and wandered across a still defrosting outfield, and I looked up at a dark scoreboard, and I realized the beautiful progression of a baseball game. Even if no runs are scored, the inning is lit. It might be a zero, but the inning is lit. A couple of weeks into February, I wandered into another park. There were kids practicing, temperatures barely above freezing. They wore long sleeves and sweatshirts and jackets, but the temperature and the brown grass didn't stop them from stretching, batting, catching, running, and fielding, and chasing all the balls they missed. Baseball has a future. It's time to roll out the chalk, mark the foul lines, rake and water the infield. It's time to play ball and light those scoreboard lights. I still love baseball.